This is becoming the Bitcoin election. Crazy stuff happening. We see Trump talking about Bitcoin, all kinds of crazy things going on. Very political, big news out of Argentina. Lots going on with Ethereum, lots going on in the altcoin space. Money printing starting to happen. It's going to be an exciting episode. Let's get into it. And of course, we have to start off with the big story, which is obviously that Trump is now talking up Bitcoin big time. As Eric.eth points out, crypto is very quickly becoming a major election issue. This is the Bitcoin election in America, probably one of the biggest moments in terms of like political importance that crypto's ever had in America. It's been sidelined, it's been trashed, it's been thrown in the gutter for years and years and years. And here we are. Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social the other day. He said, "I'm very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new burgeoning industry. Our country must be the leader in the field." It's true. America's losing out to everybody else right now. He said, "There's no second place. Crooked Joe Biden, on the other hand, the worst president in our history of all the country, blah, 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 wants it to die a slow, painful death. That will never happen with me." He goes on to say, "I'm going to keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin." As Bitcoin Magazine points out, yes, the first Bitcoin election is here. He went on at the Libertarian Conference, said, "We are going to ensure 50 million crypto holders have the right to self-custody." Again, the Elizabeth Warren thing, he says, "I will never allow the creation of CBDCs." And we just had a bill passed the other day to prevent the creation of CBDCs. Hasn't been signed by the president yet, but still very, very interesting. Now, I have to be super clear on this, guys, because look, I know that anytime you mention a political candidate, things can get very, very heated very quickly. I get it. Okay. I do. Please. I understand. All politicians are liars. They'll say whatever it takes to get elected. And if they can find any people to support them in that process, they'll say whatever they need to say. Okay, I get that. Okay. It's not about what Trump's saying or what Biden, I guess, is not really saying at this point, or what RFK Jr. is saying, because he's running for president too in America, in case you didn't know. What's important to me, what's interesting to me, beyond the characters, the personalities, I know they're all screwed up and flawed in their own ways, but is the fact that crypto is being talked about in this way. That's what's important to me, beyond any bullshit that candidates might say before they get elected. And, we'll see what they actually do when they do get elected, whoever it ends up being. However, this is the Bitcoin election. You have to understand the importance of what we're seeing right now. Crypto in the USA in the last couple of weeks has become a major political issue because the Democrats realized they were on the losing side of a hot issue, a topic that's not going away anywhere. There was a big about face with a lot of things happening. That last minute push to get the Ethereum ETF put through, for example. And I've seen some people in the comment sections, "Well, that happened under Biden." That happened despite the current administration. They did everything possible to try to make sure that Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs never came to market, including stalling until the absolute last possible second with Ethereum ETFs. And the only reason the Bitcoin ETF got approved is because they lost in court. It's not like the administration was out there pushing for this to happen. They wanted the exact opposite to happen. So the courts still matter, right? There are checks and balances to power in America for a reason. Anyway, this is the Bitcoin election, guys, and it's very, very exciting. I know characters are controversial. Okay, I get it. But it doesn't take away the importance of what we're seeing, of the conversations that are starting to be had. Bruce Fenton pointing out there are 195 nations in the world. Almost all of the leaders are now aware of yesterday's statements by Donald Trump to make the USA the leader in crypto. This will impact global policy. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Now, America has already been pretty damn behind on crypto, in spite of the fact that so many devs and so many companies, all these things have come out of the USA. Okay. But the UAE, Singapore, Hong Kong, the UK, France, El Salvador, and a few dozen other nations Brazil have been far ahead of the US in a regulatory sense when it comes to crypto. But obviously, US markets are wildly important. So where the US leads, others will follow, especially countries that have maybe been more on the fence about crypto regulation or been a bit more harsh on crypto regulation. This will probably force the Chinese back to the table with crypto. Maybe they'll finally push through to let Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs trade in mainland China, stuff like this. So It's the shot heard around the crypto world, so to speak. It has become a major, major political force. And with all that happening, how can anyone be bearish on crypto right now? Big picture stuff here, right, guys? It's crazy. By the way, Donald Trump also vowing to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht. So he's been in 11 years in prison. He's the Silk Road guy. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. You know, the crime of creating a website using Bitcoin, early adopter of Bitcoin, of course. So we'll see if that comes true or not. But promises before elections. You know, it's always the case. Sam Lyman here pointing out, says there's been a lot of noise this week. So where's the signal? He said the signal equals Nancy Pelosi. This is an interesting tweet I wanted to share with you. He said her vote on Fit 21 sealed the fate of the anti-crypto army. As the de facto leader of the Democratic establishment, Pelosi sent a clear message to the Warren wing. We have no time for this crusade. Some are saying Dem converts will revert to an anti-crypto position after the election, but it's unlikely. Being against the world's fastest growing asset class has proven to be a massive political liability, and that liability will only grow as crypto becomes more mainstream. TLDR, as a measure of institutional acceptance, Pelosi's yay vote on Fit 21 was as significant as BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF filing last summer. The Uni Party, which of course is what America has, like Wall Street, is capitulating to crypto. Warren is washed. We are here to stay. That is a very exciting statement. I like the way he put it. I think it's very, very true. Being against crypto is a losing issue, and only these, Nancy Pelosi's old, but she gets it because someone told her to get it, but she gets it. She voted in a way that matters on all this stuff. And people like Elizabeth Warren and Biden and stuff like that, they're the old guard, and they're not going to be around much longer in the political scene. And the party is starting to realize we can't let those outdated views affect us at the ballot box. Again, you can have any position you want on any of the characters involved, but the reality is that crypto is becoming a major, major issue in U.S. politics. And it's very exciting to see finally, right? Finally, geez, Louise, it took long enough. Okay. By the way, got to cover this real quick because it's happening globally. Argentina apparently in discussions with El Salvador about its Bitcoin adoption strategy and will explore signing a collaboration agreement. Argentina is a G20 nation. Its economy is 20x bigger than El Salvador's. Holy crap. Now, Argentina, we've long thought as a major contender for Bitcoin legal tender status. If they actually did it, oh man, it would be huge. It would be huge. Holy cow. We'll keep an eye on that story. Real quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is crypto.com. Guys, this is the crypto.com debit card. It's awesome. I've had mine for years. When did I get this thing? 2019, 2020? Can't remember. Had it for years. I love it. It's awesome. Big fan. This lets you be able to, via the crypto.com app, easily take like your staking rewards. Maybe you got some gains on a meme coin or whatever it might be. Take those, cash out, slap some money on your card. Bada bing, bada boom. You can go down to the store anywhere Visa is accepted. Buy yourself a nice bottle of wine to celebrate. Take the missus out for a dinner. Buy yourself a new car, depending on what meme coin you got in, of course. Maybe you'll get a nice car or a cheaper car. Hard to say. Anyway, it lets you spend your money easily, which is nice, which is definitely a nice thing to do. Plus, they have all kinds of cool rewards depending on the card tier that you get. So you can get just the very basic card, which is the Midnight Blue, and that just gives you the ability to spend your crypto gains, which is nice. But if you want to upgrade a little bit beyond that, you can get some pretty crazy cash back rewards paid in CRO tokens. So up to 5%. Even some of the lower tier cards, 1 or 2% cash back. I mean, if you spend thousands of dollars on your card, that can add up real fast. And of course, that's paid out in crypto, which can go up in price as well. Plus, you get other sweet benefits, free Spotify, free Netflix, cool stuff like that. Lots of cool fringe benefits. If you go for the Big Daddy cards, you can get airport lounge access, private jet partnerships, all kinds of wild stuff. So if you'd like to learn more about the crypto.com cards or just go and grab yourself one of these bad boys, then there's a link down below in the description where you can learn more about getting yourself set up with one of those cards. Thanks to crypto.com for sponsoring today's stream. So let's talk about the price of crypto. Just real quick, looking at the charts here, we're not going to go too wildly in depth, but check this out. Ethereum tapped out twice, just shy of $4,000. That's becoming the price to beat at the moment. Let's keep an eye on that, see how we keep moving up, but I think a definitive daily candle close with some strength over $4,000 is going to be very nice and will definitely help us lead to some, well, probably a pretty big move. I mean, 5K, hey man, price discovery for Ethereum, not that far away. Bitcoin the other day getting tapped out around major area of price resistance, which we've seen back here in March, in April, and of course now here in May around $72,000. That is our price to beat right now. Price consolidating just under that major resistance. Let's see if we can take that out in the near future. Bitcoin Archive pointing out Bitcoin gains 6 months after the halving have been huge every cycle. If this repeats, we could see Bitcoin go over $140,000 by September. Holy crap. Now, nothing is certain in markets. No one has a crystal ball. This is just what's happened previously. However, post Bitcoin halving, a few months after the halving, is when the economic impact of the Bitcoin halving really starts to sink in. And this is what you're fighting against right now. Ash sharing Bitcoin ETFs have bought 29,390 Bitcoin worth $2 billion in the last 10 trading days. During the same period, the total mined Bitcoin was just 5,400 coins. Did you hear that? The Bitcoin ETFs, just Bitcoin ETFs. We're not talking about just in the USA. We're not talking about the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs. We're not talking about the Brazilian, the Canadian. We're not talking about what's about to happen in the UK. We're not talking about retail customers. We're not talking about family funds and offices and all that. No. Just US Bitcoin ETF products bought 6 times more Bitcoin than the miners produced in the same period of time. Are you seeing it? Are you understanding what's going on? Holy crap, man. Holy crap. That's why. And of course, on the background of all this, money printing's back in season in America. U.S. liquidity has increased for the 3rd week in a row, explaining, of course, the recent winning streak on the NASDAQ 100 and the crypto rally. Marty Party saying, don't forget the party. Don't forget, this starts this week, $2 billion a week for a long time. So that's another part of the money printing equation. All kinds of money printing is back on, baby. They're turning the money printers back on. It's going to get crazy. This liquidity injection is what pushes markets higher. And I know there's a lot of things to worry about in the global economy and war and conflict and all that kind of stuff, but the USA is printing money. There's not enough Bitcoin for the Bitcoin ETFs. Connect the dots, man. Connect the dots. We're going crazy places with this market. We are also seeing an uptick in on-chain use and retail interest. Phantom Wallet beating PayPal to secure the #2 app in the Google Play Store. We have in the top 15 apps right now, I think we have 2 of them being crypto wallets. That's crazy. Is this a signal, or is this, things get a bit too overheated right here, or is this just the early indication that things are going to get way crazier than anybody thinks they're actually going to get? Hey, real quick note as well, guys. I know I mentioned this the other day, but just a quick update. The data ownership protocol, so mainnet, launched 2 massive airdrop campaigns with forwarded 60 million DOP tokens up for grabs. The first one is starting now. So if you want to partake in that, you want to get some free tokens, you want to start having a bit more privacy in your transactions, then go and check them out. By the way, I'm an investor in the data ownership protocol. Just so you know, if you want to see my disclosures, portfolio holdings, all that stuff, you can see a link in the description or the pinned comment on X. Guys, that is the end for today. Huge things happening. I hope you're enjoying the markets currently, and I will see you in the next one.